So if you following us on Instagram, Facebook, or you subscribe to our YouTube channel, make sure you tune in tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going live for episode 20. Tap in. Yo, what's good? My name is Chris from the Merry Bunch Podcast, and we will be going live tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for episode 20. So if you following us on Instagram, Facebook, or you subscribe to our YouTube channel, make sure you tune in tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going live for episode 20. Tap in. Yo, what's good? My name is Chris from the Merry Bunch Podcast, and we will be going live tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for episode 20. So if you following us on Instagram, Facebook, or you subscribe to our YouTube channel, make sure you tune in tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going live for episode 20. Tap in. Yo, what's good? My name is Chris from the Merry Bunch Podcast, and we will be going live tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for episode 20. So if you following us on Instagram, Facebook, or you subscribe to our YouTube channel, make sure you tune in tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going live for episode 20. Tap in. Yo, what's good? My name is Chris from the Merry Bunch Podcast, and we will be going live tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for episode 20. So if you following us on Instagram, Facebook, or you subscribe to our YouTube channel, make sure you tune in tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going live for episode 20. Tap in. Yo, what's good? My name is Chris from the Merry Bunch Podcast, and we will be going live tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for episode 20. So if you following us on Instagram, Facebook, or you subscribe to our YouTube channel, make sure you tune in tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going live for episode 20. Tap in. Yo, what's good? My name is Chris from the Merry Bunch Podcast, and we will be going live tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for episode 20. So if you following us on Instagram, Facebook, or you subscribe to our YouTube channel, make sure you tune in tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going live for episode 20. Tap in. Yo, what's good? My name is Chris from the Merry Bunch Podcast, and we will be going live tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for episode 20. So if you following us on Instagram, Facebook, or you subscribe to our YouTube channel, make sure you tune in tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going live for episode 20. Tap in. Yo, what's good? My name is Chris from the Merry Bunch Podcast, and we will be going live tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for episode 20. So if you following us on Instagram, Facebook, or you subscribe to our YouTube channel, make sure you tune in tonight, 7 p.m. and we're going live for episode 20. Tap in.
Hey everybody, thank y'all for joining us tonight for our first live episode. This is our 20th episode.
Hey. Thank you for all our watchers, all our followers, all the listeners. We just want to appreciate y'all, man.
What's going on?
Y'all, we kind of nervous, so bear with us till all of the little critters go away. So the purpose of our episode tonight was to give y'all a chance to interact with us, come to us with any questions that y'all may have. So, I mean, it's just kind of like a chill vibe night. So just kind of starting off, if anybody got any questions, I see some of y'all watching, and oh yeah, we want to shout out our faithful listeners, the people that always come up and tell us we're doing like a good job or whatever. I see Nay, I see you watching, Brianna, Nicole, I see you watching, my mom, Linda. Anybody else? Y'all want to call anybody else out? Oh, and our family out there, Rita, Moonsey, all y'all.
Yeah, Brandon,
Mm-hmm.
Brittany,
Brittany and Ebony.
Yep.
The Smiths, Desandra Bryan.
what's up, y'all?
Nah, Kaya.
Ace and Kiara, thank y'all for listening.
Yeah, Tamisha.
Yeah. Sharonda.
Mm-hmm.
Regina. Yeah. We see y'all. Thank you so much.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all for interacting and subscribing and leaving your comments. We appreciate it all.
All right. So before y'all keep on sending those messages in, those questions in, but before we get started, I have a question for y'all, right?
Mhm.
So, do you guys believe in soulmates?
Absolutely. I got mine.
Yeah, for sure. I believe in so.
Yeah, I got mine.
Yeah, they real. You said you have
For sure.
So, can someone have more than one soulmate?
That's a good question.
What you think, babe?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, I also, if we're gonna say soulmates, I also believe in soul ties. So sometimes I feel like that we can create our own soul tie by connecting with people, certain people.
Mhm.
So I do believe in soul ties as well. But I do believe that there is a particular person out there for each of us. God created somebody for each of us.
All right. So, are you saying those soul ties create fake soulmates?
Absolutely. And I love the way you said that.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, don't be fooled.
All right. Any questions out there yet? Y'all see any questions?
Oh, and I forgot to shout out my mother-in-law. Tootsie, we see you watching.
Hey, mama.
Oh, for sure. Shout out to all our new Instagram followers, man. We really appreciate everyone who's been tapping in and tuning in and following us. Not only on Instagram, but Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
appreciate
you.
y'all,
Appreciate
man.
y'all.
Yes, definitely.
So, okay. So you guys say you believe in soulmates. So I guess one of my questions was, because I watched a TikTok video, how like someone's a mate or a partner passed away and then they met someone after that. So are you guys saying that that soulmate, they can't have more than one soulmate, or it's just a timing thing?
That's
a
good.
good question.
Great question.
That's a good question.
I believe, just like I said, that there's someone out there for everybody. Also, it's about knowing yourself. And if you are a believer, because I gotta keep taking it there, y'all. If you are a believer, that there will be people. If it's a Bible verse, it's better to marry than to burn. So sometimes we have certain desires. So if you are connected with somebody, I feel like you are now out of a covenant. So if that person does pass away, you're out of a covenant. And I believe that God knows you and that there will be somebody else for you if you need to be married, because there's some times that people actually just need to be married to keep them from, sinning.
Yeah. I guess I was asking the timing thing because I was TikTok shout out. I like TikTok. But it was another video, it was another question basically. Do you wish you would have met your spouse earlier?
Definitely.
Why you say that, Boogie?
Because I just feel like a lot of the things that I did in my life, like if I had her, I probably wouldn't have did things like that. Because she has like changed me. Her with the God, with the help of her, like big 360.
Okay.
So I appreciate you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna say yes and no, because I feel like, as far as maturity wise,
Yeah.
if I would have met her earlier, she probably would have been like,
Yeah. I definitely agree.
I just think it's some things you gotta go through to,
Mhm.
get to that next level,
Mhm.
mature. So
Get where you need to be.
Yep. And God ain't gonna give you till He ready to have it.
I was back.
Okay.
It was just the
What'd you say, Brian?
I was saying, so you said it was a perfect timing. So let's take that scenario. If he would have came earlier, would you think that timing would have been off, or you would have been like how you guys are, basically?
I think we might have been a little bit off if it would have happened sooner. Only because I'm pretty sure I was a little bit immature. So, I don't think I was ready for a serious relationship, baby. Like I said I was, but when looking back on it, I don't think I was really ready for it.
Nico, what
Hey,
you
what
think?
you think? So basically, do you believe or do you wish you would have found me sooner, or was it the perfect time?
I think for me it was the perfect time. Right when I needed you, you came along, even though I didn't know you were coming. I think that was the perfect time for me and where I was in my life. How about you?
No, yeah, I think God's timing is always perfect. So,
Yeah,
so I think it was perfect when it happened.
We never would have met up nowhere.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So yeah, that's a good question then. So because we always talk about that, it's kind of weird because we're like, if we wouldn't have met the way we did, would we had run into each other like in person?
Right.
So y'all's situation different because we met online, but y'all met through like mutual people or so I guess the question is invalid.
Y'all get Key 2 weeks with me. She was, I don't want him no more. 2 weeks at the most.
When back then?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like timing was perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's like Chris said, maturity. Like just, I don't even think I would have been ready to. You know what I'm saying? Like my priorities I was just solely focused on certain things, so I wouldn't even been able to attend to what you probably needed me to do. So it probably wouldn't have worked. Yeah.
So everybody agree their timing was right.
Yeah.
For sure.
Any questions yet? Anyone Instagram got questions?
Y'all come on, talk to us, man. I know
No,
my Aunt Rita, she watching. I can't believe she ain't said nothing.
I think we need to tell our listeners, the people that don't know like who he is, like we usually do. You know what I'm saying? I'll start. I'm waiting. Just. I'm there.
Well, they know how we started.
Yeah.
But I am
putting a face to the.
I am Keonda.
He like to go in order.
I give you a pass tonight.
My name is Chris.
I'm Brianna.
And I'm Nico.
What's up?
It's good. It's good.
Oh,
They can't see.
Oh, so thank you, Regina Bennett, mother. It says, I think the timing would be off. It took you to go through things and mature to be ready for the person and to be where you are now.
Exactly.
Exactly. Right? I like that. All right, another one. I agree with Regina. You have to go through sometimes in order to truly appreciate. Nicole Bird, thank you so much.
Thank you. Hey, girl.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Because, like I said, if I would have met Nico in high school, like, I was a studious student. And I don't think he was as studious, so I would have looked the other direction. So, yeah. The timing definitely has to be right. So, let's get some fun in here. What are your relationship icks?
Okay, I'm gonna start.
Here we go.
This man chews so loud when he eat. I cannot stand it. That he chews so loud. I'm like, hold on. Before you eat, let me get a movie on. Before you start, put that fork down. Let me get a movie on, because I can't. And why do you chew so loud?
Is it because it tastes good or what?
Ain't got no TV. We done meet in the front.
I had in the back. Yeah, they put them out there.
It's not the front.
Yeah, what?
Who else? Relationship X.
Now, since you want to talk, snoring.
Oh!
Snoring.
Pookie.
This woman
Pookie.
snores so
Okay. Yes.
No, it's only she got to be like real tired. When she real tired, yeah. She gonna win. She gonna win. Boy. She real tired. She gonna win.
Okay.
How about the Kaiser's Relationship X?
I think it's gonna be a similar.
Snoring. And it ain't just when he's tired. It's every day.
Honestly, real talk. Yeah, real talk. I don't even remember having a snoring issue until I got older.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, that's definitely one.
That's
So,
crazy.
yeah, it's my turn. It's one. You already know what I'm about to say. So it's one is when she, like, if she drinking something, when she swallowed a drink or water so loud.
So tonight, y'all hear her on the mic with that drink.
I'm just like, why do it sound so loud when you drinking something? But yeah, that's definitely
Distance?
Mine probably would be like when I tell him something, and he's like, I forgot, I got so much on my mind. That's probably it.
No, for me, what's snoring? We got three.
Only when I'm real tired.
Right, when I'm tired.
Give you the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, hey Jamie, I see you with my godson.
So we got a question from Aretha. She said, "What do you think about a married person having a best friend of the opposite sex?"
I don't agree.
I agree. My best friend is a male, Nico.
That's totally different.
It's not different.
That's
I feel like
That's different. That's totally different.
Because he
He
family.
family, yeah, that's family. Like, yeah.
But I agree it can happen. Like if you keep it appropriate, then I think it could work.
Yeah,
I think it could work as long as it was there before.
Yeah.
not anything after.
Yeah. Oh, but did y'all hear? Do y'all watch the girl from Raleigh with the nails?
Oh yeah.
I heard she was cheating or something, right?
Yeah, she was cheating with her best friend's husband, right?
Oh, yeah, I said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's been going all on like TikTok and everywhere.
And now the girl was suing her.
Yeah, the girl suing her because they from North Carolina.
Alienation.
Yep.
Girl.
one of like series like Parkinson's or
No.
something.
Yeah.
Wait, did you see the girl today? The Caucasian lady, excuse me, that used to be on the back.
Oh, yeah. I see
Video
her.
crying.
Mhm.
So was it her husband?
Yeah. I think that's your son.
Anyway, so they had one child together and she's pregnant right now. And he went on a trip. Yeah, it was her boyfriend. He went on a trip to Mexico with her best friend. She didn't know nothing about it. She thought he was going away for work. But how she found out was because they got into a motorcycle accident in Mexico and the girl's family posted a GoFundMe. But she was all on there crying and stuff. So, yeah.
The truth always comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's possible, but it's got to be some restrictions and boundaries set between you and your spouse. I
Right.
think it's possible, but definitely some boundaries have to be in place.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're not texting after 7:30. You're not calling them after 7. You know what I mean? Like, it has to be some boundaries.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but like, no new friends.
Yeah. Kind of like we said, it kind of already has to be established.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
everybody in the fold.
But then, is that unrealistic? Because in life, you're gonna meet people along the way. So that's unrealistic.
Well, when you get older, it's gonna be harder to meet people, so it ain't gonna happen too often, unless you're screwing them.
Well, okay. I feel like you can have, okay, let me ask this. Do you feel like you can have male or female acquaintances? Like, I work with you, we work together, you are good at tech stuff, and you know them through work. Like, it's another teacher, and he's good at tech stuff. Are you okay with her texting, emailing, having phone conversations with him for like business or transactional things that are
Trina Braxton,
I still think it's still gotta be boundaries even with that. Even if it's work related stuff.
Yeah.
Can't be texting and calling about work stuff at
7 o'clock.
yeah.
I don't even want to talk about when I leave.
When I leave, I'm done to the mall.
Done.
All right, so we have another question. All right, do y'all think that married people should take advice from a single person?
Say that again, I'm sorry.
Do you believe that married people, or do you think married people should take advice from a single person?
I think if I think it's unrealistic to say that all of our friends have to be married, right? Very unrealistic.
Yeah.
I feel like if I have a friend, because let's not use the word friend loosely, a friend, that I could go to that friend with a problem, and that friend is going to give me sound advice.
Right.
Now, if we talk about an associate, we can't just be sharing all our business with just anybody. But if it's a friend, yes, I think you can get advice from a friend.
Well, then too, it depends on what kind of friend. Because some friends you can go to about your marriage and stuff, and then you got some friends where you just like, no, I'm not gonna go.
Yeah, everybody knowing, it's about knowing your friend.
Right.
There's definitely levels to it, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you definitely can't get advice from just anybody.
Mhm.
I think that's what a lot of people mess up at too. They just take advice from people online and just anybody.
Yeah.
Same with that.
Mhm.
Because everybody don't have your best interests.
Yeah, I don't know if it was Crystal that posted it or we posted it on the page, but it was basically talking about like how friends, you gotta be careful with friends because sometimes that jealousy, they're underlining. Was that you that posted it, Crystal?
Sure, I post something. It might have been from the podcast page.
Oh, was underlining something with friendships too, so you gotta be careful and navigate those friendships. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right, so we got one comment from Nay. She said, I can't remember if you all answered this previous episodes, but how did you know that your spouse was the one? Did you get the feeling of just knowing that everyone talks about? And then she said, I hope that makes sense.
We got you now.
For me, okay, going on the date. The first date went really well, but like it was still that awkward, like quiet moment. So after the second, third date, I didn't know like husband wise, but I knew like he's probably gonna be my man. But then when I came back from Seattle and we went to Ale House, I was comfortable and we had our first kiss and butterflies.
I bet first kiss about to run into a transfer.
Right, because afterwards I got in the car because we kissed or whatever, and then I got in the car and then I was trying to leave out the parking lot and I turned down the wrong way, was about to hit the dumpster.
Darn.
So yeah,
He
but
mess you up.
But I don't know.
what was the question?
Oh, as far as did we feel it? I mean, for a guy, you're gonna know if you with the right one.
Yeah.
It's just gonna happen that way. So I don't know why people be playing with people's feelings because they know that ain't the right one.
But the question was, how did you know? She
I
wanted to
just
know.
knew. I just
You
knew
just
she was
knew.
the one for me. Like how we interacted and stuff that happened like when we first met each other. It wasn't like I was meeting a stranger. It's like I've been knowing her for all this time. So we just clicked for me.
And I don't know, like the level of comfort was just comfortable, like
Yeah, like we've been knowing each other forever.
yeah. So
it's weird.
yeah, so I don't know if I can say exact pinpoint moment, but it's just a feeling that you know you're good.
Yeah, you know.
How about y'all?
Everybody look at
Spotlight, man.
real talk. I felt the same, like Nico was discussing. And I had like she still don't believe me, but you know, I had that little slight vision, you know, at my cousin's wedding. It was just a glimpse. I don't know if anybody familiar with how God give you glimpses of certain things, not the full picture, but just a little piece of it. You know what I'm saying? When I seen her and I told her, like, I got a glimpse of that you gonna be my wife.
Yeah.
Oh, nah, you lying. I don't believe you. But real talk, that's what happened. She's still definitely like,
I don't remember you telling me that. I know you told me, but I don't think it was early on.
Nah, it wasn't early on, but I mean, I still had a glimpse of something. And like just her heart. Crystal got a big heart, so she's a real caring person, even though, you know, she don't play no games on the back end, but her heart is.
So he said he had this glimpse from God or a vision, right?
He got the fingers like that.
But how he acted afterwards, ask him about it. That's why I didn't believe him.
Oh, his actions didn't line up to that.
Hey, listen, I mean, sometimes when God places stuff somewhere, we don't always act right.
That's right. Sometimes it be heavy.
Sometimes we gotta get into, and this shout out to sis, we gotta get into alignment with what God put in our life.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Crystal.
I would say I can't remember the exact. Well, I remember, but I can't remember what happened that day. I think that day we just like hung out, and it was something dealing with the kids, of course, because they was always around. But I remember like getting in my car and driving home, and I remember being like, okay, yeah, it's the one. And I think mainly for me, because when we first started talking, all he did was go to work, church, go home and take care of his kids. And I just couldn't believe it. I remember calling Tamisha like, girl, is this all he do? Like, this ain't right. He got to be talking to somebody. He got to be. And her little Larry was like, no, that's it. That's Chris. And then when I saw that was it, then that's when I knew.
Okay, well, for me, it was the attention he paid to like the small details. And it was like I didn't go to that pothole thing, but but it was just like the way that he was like such a protector. You know what I'm saying? And once our kids met and my kids started to like him, then I was cool with it.
Right. Well, yeah, I agree with both of my brothers, man. Like, I knew, like, right out the gate. I told her, like, you gonna be my wife. Same thing, bro. Said I said, God told me that you gonna be my wife. First, like, soon as I saw her, I told her that, like, you gonna be my wife. She was like, man, you crazy. Nah, I'm serious. Like, you gonna be my wife. And look,
she's your wife. All right, we have another question from Brittany. It says, hey fam, what is your love language and do you think it's important to fulfill? Ooh, something cut him up. Okay, sorry. What is your love language and do you think it's important to fulfill that with your spouse?
Ooh, good question. Good question.
All right, Brittany.
So my love language is acts of service, but I will say this when it comes to love language. I feel like your love language can change depending on what you're lacking in a situation. So because I always did like the love language thing, I was just like into that. So like when I was with somebody else, I could have did my love language, and my love language was affection, affection. But maybe that was just what I was missing. So I will also say, be careful with the love language. It's good and it's cool, but for me, I just feel like it changes as you grow up, as you mature. Also, like what you may be lacking, or if a person is hitting everything,
Right.
I just feel like it changes. But mine right now is always gonna be like acts of service. It has been for a while. When he do stuff, not even like giving me a gift. If he do something to take or make my day lighter, that just keep me going.
Appreciate it.
Anyone else know their love language?
I think mine now.
It's always gifts. It's always gifts.
I mean, yeah, but
It don't have to be a big
it's
gift though.
gifts. Like I like small things. Like it don't matter what it is. Like you can go to the store and buy me a bag of gummy worms, and I'm just happy. Like, like it's physical touch.
No, I really think for you, and we got to do this test again.
What?
But I really think for you right now is words of affirmation.
Things up.
I think because like when we was talking and you was like, when you said this, it really made me. It stood out. I thought about that for days. When you said that, it may be that now.
Yeah, it may be. It might have changed. So yeah, it can change.
It can change.
Well, you can have more than one.
More than one too.
Mhm.
I still like them gifts.
Man, what's yours?
What was the rules at that time? I forgot.
Acts of service.
Service.
Oh, gifts.
Gifts.
I love the gift stuff. I don't receive it. I receive gifts too, but I love to
love
give.
giving.
I love to give. I love to give. I love to give. I love to see people surprised. I love to surprise Bree with anything I can. I'm always looking at something every day to buy her. She's like, "Oh no, don't buy me, but I like this."
Yes, but you got to be careful with a gift person that loves to give gifts, because like sometimes I'm like, oh, I like this, and then he goes and buys it, and I'm like, I was just saying I liked it, I don't want it. So, but I do be dropping hints sometimes because
She won't.
So I think mine would probably be quality time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I enjoy spending time together, just being, even if we're not like talking, just in a room together or close by each other. So
I agree.
Mine, I would say, is affection and quality time.
Sure.
Mine is the same as, the fellas, gifts,
Yeah.
acts of service. Acts of service, gifts.
Yeah, shower me, baby.
And then I guess the second part of that question was, how important is to fulfill that for your spouse?
I think it's
I think
important.
it's very
It's very
important.
important.
If that's how they receive love,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
you want to make sure that you're doing it.
Just because you're married, that don't mean to stop. You can't stop what you
Right.
started. To me,
Yeah,
Yeah.
keyword, don't stop what you started. If you
That's
spoil
right.
them in the beginning,
You gotta keep
flowers, everything else, you gotta keep
Yeah.
that going, right?
Okay, so but boundaries. Chris is spoiled, and it's my fault. But yeah, you gotta boundaries.
yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah, she definitely got me spoiled.
that's right.
'Cause, I mean, before, I was used to just doing everything myself, but she came in and changed my whole perspective and how things go. Cause, I really didn't get a lot of,
Mhm. And then she can't stop, can she?
yeah, she started showering with the gifts.
No, I won't stop. It'll be an anniversary. I'm like, no, we don't need to do nothing. We been together. No, I want to give.
Father's Day coming, Chris.
Right.
you know, I try to get out there because he ain't my dad. I mean, I give him a little something, but Marquise, if you listening out, take care of your daddy
So, okay, we have another question from Nicole Burt. The question stems from episode 18. Okay, evidence, TBE, textual-based evidence. Okay, what is some advice you can offer to a newer married couple? Because the episode was a whole lot. Ooh. What is some advice you can offer to a newer married couple?
18.
Nicole, can you tell us what episode? Oh.
So this is 20.
This is
Yeah.
when the last one was
Brianna.
Brianna.
And then the one before that was
I think we had another gift.
Oh, McCollum's. Was it McCollum's?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to the McCollum.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah, about they faithful listeners.
Oh, yeah.
Shout all out.
All right. So, what's some advice for newer married couples that you guys would?
I would say I said in every episode, do what works for y'all.
Mm.
Because when you first get engaged or even when you first get married, people are always going to tell you, especially people that's been married for years or people that's been divorced, but they're always going to tell you, don't do this, don't do that. But times have changed. We ain't living back in grandma and grandpa times. Like, it's just different now. The household dynamic is different. Even marriage itself. So just do what works for y'all. You can't worry about what grandma and grandpa did because it's just different.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true.
So I feel like if you do what works for y'all, keep God first. That's important. Keep people out your business.
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 And build a strong and firm foundation
Yes.
from the beginning. You will be all right.
Right. And we did an episode where we were talking about premarital counseling. And if you didn't do that before, I mean, still reach out to somebody to help y'all navigate some of those things like integrating like finances and, you know, learning more about like what type of household you expect. So even if you didn't do it before your marriage, you can still do it if you're new to getting married. Still try to get that counseling in so y'all can have some type of foundation on like questions or things that y'all need to know. You know what I'm saying? Because it's I think we all did it here.
Yeah.
And it was very much needed.
Yeah.
I would advise everybody to do it. And if you already married and you didn't do it, just, you know, find somebody that y'all can do that with, pastor or counselor, somebody.
Yeah. Anything else?
Yeah.
I'll definitely say have a friendship, communication. Make sure you're open to communicate, even when you're mad at each other. Come back together and kind of discuss it. And I think we talked about this one in the episode. Don't try to throw in there like things to heighten the situation. Like, so know your partner and how they communicate. If you know an argument, if they need space and time, give them that space and time. So basically, make sure you know your partner when you're trying to navigate those arguments or anything like that.
And I know this is easier said than done, but being vulnerable will take you far. If something hurts your feelings, this is your wife or this is your husband. Y'all have to be able to communicate like, hey, we don't have to talk about it right now, but when you said this, it did bother me, and we can table it, we can come back to it. But being able to express like, this did bother me, and then because you could be bothered by something and they didn't even realize they bothered, you know, it was something that big to them. So being able to be vulnerable, that's gonna be very important to keep in a healthy marriage.
Yeah. And once you know your spouse, like know those triggers for them. I think we talked about it in one of the episodes, like the grieving episode or something. Like know your spouse to know like if something's up with them, like if something's wrong, if they're having a bad day. Like just truly get to know your spouse. Because sometimes with like these marriages, like, oh, I know my spouse, and you get married to them and they don't know nothing nothing about your spouse. So really get to know your spouse, the ins and outs of them. Of course, you'll never know everything about them, but try to get to know them.
And also keep dating. That's
Oh
very
yeah, that's
important.
good. Date night. You have any questions?
I don't hear. No.
Okay. I have another question. All right, so this is from Regina. All right, so what about getting advice from people that were married but not single? Oh, but now single. So let me reread that. I'm sorry. What about getting advice from people that were married but now single?
Ooh.
So they were divorced. They were married once upon a time. Now they're divorced.
I think that's wisdom. You can tell me what not to do. So yeah, what works or didn't work for you, what you learned from your experience. I think that's wisdom. So
We had 2 guests. Shout out to Brandon.
Oh
Rashawn.
yeah.
oh yeah, that was wisdom. Yeah.
Word life, tune in. Our word life.
Dropped a lot of jewels.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Make sure you check that out if you haven't checked it out already.
Right. Yeah, you just can't cut someone off because they're divorced, right? They can offer that wisdom that you guys were talking about. Ebony says, "Hey y'all." Ebony, and she said, "Just want to say I love the podcast very much needed. Always great advice and lots of laughs. Will always have my support." Thank you, Ebony.
Thank you.
All right, so this is from a guest who's not out there yet, but Angie McKinney. So shout her out. She's a faithful listener.
Angie.
Right? She says, "You don't share your business with everyone. If someone knows you are going through something and feel genuinely concerned and they are single, you have to be discerning to the advice they are giving."
Ooh, that's good. Definitely.
That's a real one.
Definitely.
What to take and what not to take.
Mhm. Right. I always say this. Mom, you're listening. Tell me if I'm saying this right. But sometimes you got to eat the meat and drop the bone.
Huh?
Explain.
Yeah.
I'm saying. I think I'm
No,
saying
I
it
get
right.
what you're saying though. I get it, but explain it though.
Yeah, I think I'm saying it a little. I think I'm saying it wrong. But sometimes a lot of people can offer you advice. You got to take what you can from it and
Mhm.
drop the other stuff
Stuff
off
with it,
wayside,
exactly.
right? So sometimes, people have wisdom in anything they've been through. Like
Exactly.
they have some type of wisdom, but sometimes all the wisdom's not what you need or you don't believe. So sometimes you just gotta take the meat of it and then drop the other stuff
Exactly.
wayside.
That's good. I like that. Take the meat of it because the meat is the nourishing.
Yeah.
That's the nourishment.
Yes,
You're
you probably said it right.
Yeah, she probably said it right. The meat is the nourishment, but the bone, that's not. What can you get from that? You might get hurt off that. Might
Right.
get choked off that. So I like that. I like that.
Because you can learn something from everybody.
Anybody.
I mean,
You're always learning.
whether it's learning to do something or learning not to do something.
That's
Right. Right. And this was just a continuation from Angie McKinney. She says, "You have to go on what you believe is true because they don't know all the details."
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
Oh, my mom said, "That's right. Eat the meat and leave the bone." All right. So we have another one from Rita. What do you think about your spouse getting invited to a major event?
Like just
Just like going by themselves.
Oh, okay. She fixed it. Okay. What do you think about your spouse getting invited to a major event and you are not invited? If
okay, so if you're not invited. Oh, that's
invited.
So if you're not invited intentionally, he better not go either.
Because what they're trying to do.
Exactly.
Right?
You ain't inviting my wife, or you ain't inviting me, you don't invite. Ain't there one of us going.
Nah, yeah.
Because we are one.
But if he's invited to something like his homeboy or something like that, I have no problem with him going there. But if it's intentional, he's invited, and I intentionally told you don't bring your wife, leave her at home. Oh no, you can't go.
Oh no, baby, Chris can go.
Because you don't want to go.
I don't want to go.
But don't raise a red flag to you.
Well, actually, nobody has ever invited me. Homeboy.
Chris probably ain't gonna go anyway though.
But he intentionally told you don't come, leave your wife at home.
No. Okay, so prime example. So we were engaged at the time, and one of his cousins. Now, mind you, me and the cousin, we do not talk. We just don't talk. Okay. And she was getting married at the time. She sent the invitation to Chris. I'm assuming it was for Chris because, like I said, me and her don't talk. So I told him, yeah, you go ahead and you go on to the wedding. So I don't know. I don't know. So the cousin don't like me. I don't want to go to her wedding anyway. So just go.
Yeah. I think that's disrespectful though.
Yeah,
Because you know I'm married.
Well, when I got married, I didn't invite her. So I'm just saying, I'm different. Like, if you want to invite him, go ahead, let him go, show his support, and
I mean,
bring it on back to the house.
Invitation is cool, but I still ain't really. I ain't rolling out without my half. You know.
Yeah.
Right.
Doing that.
And that's gonna make me really feel some type of way, really, because if we family, you my family, and you invite me and don't invite my wife, like, come on, man. I feel like that's disrespectful.
Very.
For real.
We'll
Yeah, for real.
So,
Like bro said, you know, we
We
want
won, exactly.
invitations.
oh no.
We come in as a collective.
Sorry.
All right, so it's from Linda. Hey, Auntie. She just said when we were talking about the bone, have your sifter ready to take the good and cast away the bad.
Yeah.
That's good, Mom.
And then Rita, thank you, Rita, to keep on coming. All right, what about if it's a spouse family? I can't see right after that. Under it.
What about if it's the spouse family that didn't invite you?
Oh, so kind of.
I just got yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because I look at it like this. You know, you're going to meet people. Everybody's not going to like it. I ain't for everybody. Everybody ain't for me.
Right.
But it was his family, and I just felt like it would be wrong of me to say, no, you can't go because she didn't invite me.
Yeah.
Like, you get what I'm saying? Now, I mean, friends, I guess I still feel the same way. I don't know. Just go show your support and bring your tail home.
But I feel like we gotta have a conversation with your family about it.
Absolutely.
Like,
Well, hold on. This cousin, it's just a lot going on.
I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah. And I don't want a conversation don't need to be had with it. I'm sorry. I guess with certain people.
Yeah. Okay, so let's take that cousin out of it, and it was another family member.
I would still tell him to go.
Like somebody that you cool with.
What you think if
Or
you
think,
cool
yeah,
with?
you cool with, yeah.
I would still tell him to go, but I would ask. I mean, I feel like at that point maybe a conversation would need to be had, but I would still tell him to go because that's his family. You get what I'm saying? I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
No.
But still, no.
I think a conversation would need to be had, but even before he go to the event, for me, like, let's just try to figure this out. Like, what's up with that?
Yeah,
before you go to the
I'm gonna
event.
call like, is it the reason why you didn't invite my wife? Like, you know what I'm saying? What's the reason? What's up?
Yeah.
I got to
And
figure
they
it out.
usually not gonna come up with a reason.
Yeah, man. Oh, we didn't mean to.
Oh, it was an accident.
You know she always welcome. No,
Sure.
She ain't.
Boy, you are crazy.
All right, so this is just a question for myself. Is it okay for a married person to flirt or compliment others?
What do you think? Is it okay for you to compliment somebody else?
No, it's not okay.
Oh, okay.
It's not okay.
Does the type of compliment, like, does it depend on the type of compliment, or just all compliments?
We like shoes, so if he say something about somebody's shoes, I wouldn't care about that. But like, just boundaries.
Yeah.
Like, dang, look at her shoes. Yeah,
So if he said, "Oh, you look nice today,"
that's a little bit too much. That ain't cool.
I agree. I wouldn't do that anyway.
What you think, Nico?
It just depends on the context. And I think it can be a little too much if you're just friends throwing out pieces.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it just depends.
yeah, you better say shoes. I like your
Shoes.
Right.
Look at her hair. Yeah.
right. Because I've been like in a line before, and a man was behind me. I'm like, "What you got on? That smell good."
Oh yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah, like so I can go smell it for myself or him. Maybe. Right. So,
Right.
you know. Cousins.
Definitely on no random ones out there. What about you?
Don't forget the flirt question.
I mean, I think it's okay to give a compliment. Hear it just. Oh, you smell good, but you got talking like that. Because to me, giving a compliment and flirting is two different things.
Right. Clarity.
Don't you start though.
All right. What about, let's get some comments from those who watch it. What they think about it.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Let us know what y'all think about it.
Thumbs up, it's all right. Thumbs down, it's not okay.
Yeah. And if you're watching and you have not subscribed to our YouTube, please subscribe.
Yes.
Please
Yeah.
subscribe.
To all our channels.
All our channels.
You'll know when the stuff is dropping. Anything on Instagram? Anyone on
Ask us
Facebook?
something, right? Nobody on Instagram. See it that.
Facebook.
We got some watchers. Ask us some questions, y'all.
Anyone have another question?
Oh, let's talk about strip clubs. So how do y'all feel about your spouse going to a strip club?
Who's staying out this?
No takers?
Yeah, you got nothing to say.
Go to the strip club. I don't care if he go to the strip club. If his friends want to go out to the strip club and he tell me he going to the strip club, I don't care. Do you care if I go?
Bro, look to the sky.
Now y'all out there remember this conversation.
Yeah, remember this
Episode
one.
coming out talking about this.
Why ain't saying that?
No, come on.
You know.
Go ahead, Crystal.
Look to the
All right. Like if he has a homeboy that's getting married or something like that, and they going out. I think, but don't make it. Yeah.
Yeah, every week. And then that's free money that we could be going on vacation with. We could be doing something else with it. So
I mean, is it anything?
He looked to the Lord.
Well, as far as for me, I don't care if they want to go to a strip club, if you want to get shook in your face, hey, have fun.
See,
I mean, I think that's a little too far. You should care about that.
that's why I stayed.
No,
out
I
this
care, but I'm
conversation.
saying, like, I'm not going to be jealous. Like, oh, no, don't go to a strip club with your girl.
Bachelorette party.
Go out with these,
Yeah.
chicks, but whatever. It don't bother me.
It bother you, Brianna?
No, I just said, like I said, that's money that we could use to go on vacation. So
Who said I'm throwing some money, bro?
cheap one.
At that point, you might as well say,
I can do that for you.
But I'm gonna tap in, like,
Oh,
tap in because, like, it be like when me and my brother shot the Ace, man, like it be
Ace, I hope you listen.
it be the vibe inside the strip club. Like, we don't get no lap dances, we don't throw no money. It's just the atmosphere of
Right.
just being somewhere where you ain't got to, like, like you ain't at the club, you ain't at the bar, you just in there just watching the game,
Right.
kicking it, having a conversation. So it ain't got to be for the strippers. It's just
Right.
the atmosphere.
Right.
go to a strip bar.
that makes no sense.
But I get what you're saying. But do you care if I go to the strip club?
No,
Do you care?
I don't care.
Chris, you care?
Nah, I mean, I don't care if she go, but preferred.
Yeah.
But me, you know what I'm saying, I had my share of it. So I don't really, you know,
Yeah.
I was going to the strip club every weekend back, you know, in my day. But you know, I wouldn't give her a hard time about it. You know what I'm saying? To where it's gonna make me upset.
Right.
Like,
Well, we have some reactions in the comments. So Andrew McKinney said, "No strip clubs. You're setting yourself up." Is what I think. He getting a rise on someone else and gets possible ideas.
oh, that's a good point.
Yes.
I mean, that's true. You got to know what you can handle.
Yeah,
If
you gotta know
you
your
can't
limits.
handle
Yeah.
it, then you got to set boundaries for yourself.
That's
Right.
true.
Rita, okay, Rita. She said, "Let him go because he will be very ready when he gets." And the coach said, "I know that's right."
Oh, Jesus.
Linda said, "Personally, absolutely not!" Exclamation point. Clubs are not for married people. Visions get set in the mind that don't need to be there. That's true.
Go ahead, my drop life. Drop a damn word.
All right,
Yeah.
so we got a question coming in from Nay. She said, "What is one of the biggest things that you had to change about yourself prior to marriage?"
Ooh, that's a good question.
Prior to marriage.
I guess I can start off. For me, I would say everything is about me. Everything is still about me. But I work on that because I got hurt now. So I really had to work on that because it was just all about me, all about spending on me, all about doing what I want to do. So, bringing somebody to the fold and doing, squirting it around. So yeah, it's all about me.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah, it's definitely working. He definitely prioritized me, and I'm number one with him.
Yeah.
But yeah, he always reminded me, yeah, I gotta share you now, and so that was that kind of stuff. I think for me, come back to me. I'm trying to think about it because I was perfect and ready.
Ooh, she
No, I have to think about that. Come back to me.
I want to say mine's similar to Nico, but gotta include the kids in it.
Oh,
It was really just me focusing on me and the kids so much to where, I kind of left my personal life I put it to the side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when I met Crystal, I had to learn to, okay, I met somebody. It's not just about solely the kids. I gotta make my, you know what I'm saying? I gotta have some happiness for myself. So.
I'll say for me, it was communicating my whereabouts because I was so used to like coming and going. I gotta go do this. I gotta go do that. They need to go here, and he like, dang it, you ain't tell me nothing. I didn't know they had this. I didn't know you had to go here. So it was just communicating my whereabouts. Like when I got off work, hey, I just got off work. What's up? And that was the big thing for me, communicating when I'm, my whereabouts and just communicating.
Yeah.
I think I got to agree with you on that one. Like communicate, because like I never had to like explain myself to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like give you details of where I'm at, what I'm doing. Like, so I think that was a big one for me. Like doing that. Like, you know where I'm at, what I'm doing, what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I can't think of it.
Okay, I thought of one, then you can come after me.
Okay.
I think for me would be learning to serve. And learning to serve as far as like, it's kind of like the selfish thing, but it's kind of like as a wife, right? Making your husband's plate, right? Doing things to make sure he's good. And it's kind of like you have to think about, because I don't have kids, so thinking about someone else besides yourself. So I think that was something I had to get used to.
Yeah.
So.
Y'all, I don't know. I'm trying to think back, like, I mean, I guess it's kind of somewhat like what everybody else is saying. Because I remember early on, like when we started getting serious and stuff, this might sound weird when I say this, y'all, but for the longest time, me and him had like a weekend relationship. Like that's the best way I can describe it. Like during the week, I was working, going home, and he was taking care of the kids, stuff like that, and then we saw each other a lot on the weekends. So once we started getting serious, I remember him saying like, well, you know, you got off work, you know, swing by the house, and I'm like, man, I'm trying to go home. I go to work tomorrow. So I had to get used to like, I guess including him and the kids, like seeing them, getting used to that because, honey, I was working home Monday through Friday.
That's it.
Yeah.
So I'll say that if that makes any sense.
Ebony said, I can strip out the house. Okay, so we had a question back. All right, so this is from Nicole. How do you handle tension within your marriage, especially when filming these podcasts?
Who said this?
Nicole.
Oh, that's
Good
good.
question.
Nicole.
Well, Nicole, first we pray before every single episode. Because we want to make sure our head and our heart is clear. We want to make sure we're not bringing our problems to the podcast. So that's the first thing that we do. And when we show up, we just show up and focus on the podcast. I don't know what else. What y'all think?
I mean,
That's basically it.
yeah, I think we have an understanding. Because you gonna have tension. There's gonna be some days that we like,
On the
welcome back to So it is that it's like that. But as you're giving this, like being in the podcast, being around like people, y'all, we may have started off with an attitude with each other, and by the end of the podcast, it's nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? We good.
I think it's like she said, it's gonna be tension. But for me, I mean, just some of these questions and the episodes that we do, it's like a therapy session.
Yeah, it really is.
You know what I'm saying? We're able to help each other through situations and the questions that we answer at y'all.
And I mean, the talking points in your marriage as well. So once we leave the podcast, you know, there's deeper discussions that you can talk about, you know, later on as well.
That's good.
All right. Any questions on your end? Because I have a couple over here.
Go for it. Go ahead.
All right. So it says, how would you feel if you asked your spouse to go somewhere with you and your spouse said no, and a couple days later someone asked your spouse to go to the same place and they go?
That sounds like a test from God.
Conversation.
Hell of a conversation.
Start off with, so I know you're not going to when I just asked you.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely time to talk about it.
So basically, they're telling your ass they don't want to go nowhere with you.
Not necessarily now.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Without communicating.
It's pretty straightforward.
Just express to the person how you feel. Try to be mature about it, and hopefully they can receive what you're saying and get it right.
Right, and that's why, you know, we say having the friendship is important, because sometimes he want to do stuff that I don't want to do, and I know I do stuff that he don't want to do, but still keeping the friendship so that it's not a chore to go hang out with your friend or your spouse, even though, you know, it might not be something that you really want to do. It doesn't feel like a chore because y'all enjoy each other's company.
Right.
Hang out.
At the end of the day, if you love your spouse, even if it's something that you do not like to do and your spouse likes to do it, you're there for your spouse.
Yeah.
And to spend quality time together. So you gotta, you know, pull your bootstraps up or whatever and go and hang out with them and do something that they don't like to do. It's not all about you.
Right.
Get your bootstraps.
All right, we got another question. We got a couple. All right. What do you think about the man setting the standard of doing everything in the marriage, such as cooking, cleaning, making plates to treat you like a queen, But when life starts lifing and he needs help, the wife doesn't extend a helping hand because he has served her all this time. She doesn't help. Sorry, it's kind of cut off on this.
Wife, you wrong.
Definitely.
You
Yeah,
wrong.
you did wrong.
Yeah.
You want to be treated like a queen, but you don't want to treat your king.
Right. It's true. It's a position. Like you do for me, I do for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, back and forth. Can't just be one way.
And that was kind of like what we was talking about. We had to change our ways. We all kind of was selfish. We did what we wanted to do. But when you really care about somebody, you incorporate them. You wanna make sure they're good. I want to make sure you're good. So
Right, let's be honest, man. Your partner they're not always gonna be 100%
exactly.
every area.
Exactly.
So, you want to make sure you there for them when they at 30, 20%, whatever the case may be.
Right.
You want to make sure you there to pick up that.
Exactly.
Well, why not show up for your spouse when they lacking? If you know life be lifing. Like,
Right.
we go through some things and you just need to show up.
And that's what your partner is for. Like we're a team. If he's lacking, then I'm gonna pick it up. If I'm lacking, he's gonna pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
That means if he's lacking, oh never mind.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
Just help out when you can.
Yeah.
Show him like, hey, I appreciate you. I see you. Let me help you out a little bit.
I would say y'all are one. You didn't say it was just one. You said just one. That means two of y'all is one. That means together. Not just one.
And that's what I was gonna say. If life is lifing, that means it's impacting both of us.
That's right.
Right.
So it's not just impacting the spouse, right? So
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna count down about 10 more minutes. We'd have been on for an hour and wrap up episode 20. Any more questions out there?
yes, keep on asking questions. We have about 10 more minutes. We won't be live.
Yeah, this been fun.
Yeah.
Another good one.
Y'all get to see all the stuff that we might have in the episode.
And Ebony, if you still listening, ask your questions because you know you be drilling me. So come on up and ask.
Come out of the shadow.
Right. So Angie, just based off of what we last said, she says, I think it's selfish too, but she said, but he set himself up. Do you guys think he set himself up because he was doing all that for his wife?
In a way.
Why?
In a way. Because like that's what he wanted to do. But now life is life and you didn't give her the opportunity. You didn't say like, hey, I need you to do this or do that. You just did everything on your own. Like now, what do you expect from her?
Okay, I get what you're saying, but I feel like also it has to be reciprocated. Think about this in this way: if I was doing everything, I was cooking, I was doing everything right, but there's a time that comes and I'm down and out. I can't physically, I can no longer do it.
Mm-hmm.
Life is life for me. In that moment, you don't feel like you should step up.
Okay.
I feel like if he
I guess you was going to my motel.
Not the mobile.
But yeah, I feel like because it's like a catch-22. We can't say start, finish the way you start, and then say he set himself up for that. He's continuing on what he started with her. I think he's been a good spouse. I just feel like she's not being good to him. Life is life. It's not like he all of a sudden stopped. Life is lifing, and then he needed some help.
No.
I don't think he set himself up. I think she is just being selfish in this moment.
Yeah. I think it's a little bit of both.
But I
You done gave the person the world, then they, they're gonna turn to a spoiled brat. So when it's their time to do that, it's like, well, I wasn't doing this before, so
but if life is life, then
life be
She
life.
just gonna go find somebody else to spoil.
Well, she's done.
then she wrong.
Right.
Because life don't life like that all the time. I mean,
Right.
but you have moments where life is gonna life.
But that happens though.
Yeah,
Like if you
I
watch
mean, you
you
have it.
watch the cheaters, the person be like, you always working, you always doing this. I'm paying the bills.
Yeah.
I'm always working.
Exactly.
It's definitely people out here like that.
It is selfish. Just selfish.
And the grass is not always greener.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You about to lose this man to go out here and think you're gonna find something else, and then this person ain't even gonna be doing. And life don't even have to be life for them. They just ain't gonna do it.
Right.
It's hard to come out. When you find somebody like that, and you have somebody like that, and they're down and out for God knows how long. Like she said, it ain't gonna be forever.
Yeah.
Just do what you gotta do. Like he said, you can't cook, go out and get some Bojangles. Like you know.
And your vows, what are your vows? Through what? Thick and thin?
Better and worse.
Better and worse?
Better or worse.
One of them.
Something like that.
So, no question, but my question is, what are things you shouldn't have to ask for in a relationship?
Oh God. Respect. I get respect.
Yeah. Should be respecting each other.
Yeah.
Quality time. Should have to ask for that.
Communication.
Yeah.
Rub my feet.
Yeah.
I should have to ask for that.
Big one. I guess it kind of loyalty. I don't think you should have to ask for loyalty when you in a marriage. Loyalty.
Right. If you decide to be with me, then
That's it. Yeah.
right. You know how it works.
Yeah.
Honesty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
Linda said, "Do you love me?"
Oh, you shouldn't have to ask that.
Oh.
You should be feeling it. You should feel the love.
Oh,
I get that.
Yeah, definitely.
Come on, guys. A couple more questions about to go
Yeah,
on.
we're about to wrap it up, y'all. Oh, and if y'all like our shirts, they are for sale. Mine is exclusive. Everybody else shirt, you can go get you one. They are for sale. We will be coming out with more colors soon. So if you want to support that way, we have shirts available.
Get you one.
Got the exclusive.
Yeah, I got it exclusive. We might bring this out soon. I don't know if y'all want all our faces. Yeah, if you want it, let us know.
Should have gave us that.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
That's what you should have done.
Uh-oh.
shots.
Y'all might get one, but this for me.
And also, like, don't stop the questions. If you have questions after we get off, send them to our DM, and we can always tackle that later.
Yes. And one more thing, this is the Married Bunch. That's the name. You don't have to be married to listen. You don't have to be married to watch. You don't have to be married for nothing. That's just the name of the show.
Yeah.
That's it.
We be talking about life too, y'all.
Yeah, we're talking about everything.
Because life be life.
Yeah,
For real.
So just based off what we said, Angie said, some may not know about quality time. Therefore, you have to teach them the quality time you need. That's true.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I agree with that.
You right.
it is true.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to teach people
How to love you.
how to love you,
Yeah.
right? Doesn't mean they don't love you, but sometimes you know yourself the best. So you got to teach them what you need and what you desire.
And it's stuff that we think is regular, it might
It's
not be
not.
regular to somebody.
Right. Right. Linda, my auntie, she said, you young people have a lot of wisdom. Keep up the good work.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Appreciate it. Y'all got any more questions? At the table,
Oh, let me see.
double check. Can we wrap it up?
Tanya said, do the vow mean the same? And I can't see it.
Do the vow mean the same as back in the day?
So it's married. So basically,
Like is marriage the same as back in the day, is what you're saying? No, I don't think
No,
so.
I don't think so. Either.
the foundation of marriage is the same.
Mhm.
What's that?
Yeah.
What's our previous episode when we was talking about what is it like? Man, do everything, or back in the day, what was it?
The provider, he provides everything.
Yeah.
It was a name. It was a name that we said on the previous episode.
I don't remember.
Oh man,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I don't know.
Exactly.
But yeah, what you said, the foundation is still the same.
Yeah.
The foundation is still the same. I think now, before it was the man working, the wife staying at home, and now you see those roles reversed.
Yeah.
But like Crystal always say, do what works for y'all.
Got you.
Yeah, and I also think social media paints marriage as today as this bad thing. So young people are like, "Oh, I don't want to get married. I don't need a man tying me down." But we've gone away from the foundation of what marriage truly is.
gender roles. That's
Oh,
what
yeah. Yes.
gender roles.
All right. So one question.
Y'all good? Y'all good?
All right.
Any last words?
Any last questions? Any last words, y'all?
Go subscribe. If you ain't watched previous episodes, go watch previous episodes. Like them.
Yes.
Yeah. Start at the beginning.
Yeah.
We have a lot more interviews coming up. We have, I think, about 6 in the can, so they're gonna be coming out soon.
Mhm.
Take it through the summer. Make sure you listen.
Man, and we really appreciate everybody who was hanging out with us tonight on all platforms. Like y'all all over.
Yeah.
Like we appreciate that. Thank y'all for the love, for real.
And the questions.
Yes.
Thank you. Well,
All right. And y'all know how we're gonna close it out. Go ahead, Nico.
And remember,
The wedding is only the beginning.
Hey.
Cut it off. Cut it out.